Hiking through the forest is an activity that's enjoyed by many. It's relaxing and it can make you appreciate the small things in life. In fact, science research and daily science announce that spending time outside is good for you, and that living close to nature has a wide range of health benefits. That's of course as long as you don't run into anything mysterious. For years now, stories have been told of mysterious creatures living in the dense forest regions of our planet, and that every so often hikers come into contact with them. There's a variety of different locations that are said to house these mysterious creatures. North America has the well-known Bigfoot, a large bipedal humanoid that's allegedly been encountered by humans for thousands of years, while Indonesia has the orang pendek, a humanoid-looking creature that's said to resemble that of a prehistoric human. Recently, an individual on Reddit by the name of Ms. Robin Hood captured a mysterious photograph while hiking with their dog. They said that they often walk through this area with their dog, but that this time something seemed off. They managed to snap a photograph and post it online, noting that this thing was much taller than they were. They said the following: "It's strange because a couple of times while I've walked past this tree, I've seen something in the corner of my eye, and I look at the tree with a strange feeling, but yesterday it was different." Some who saw the image pointed out that the trees in the background looked strange, and suggested that the creature in the image was a Bigfoot, a creature that researchers have said bends and breaks branches. Another said that it's a really clear photograph of something strange, and that this could be the real deal. As of right now, the original poster said they plan to go back, and hope they can find out what this thing was. While many reports suggest the creatures are hostile, there is also numerous reports that suggest a more gentle nature. A vile stench is often said to precede them, as well as tree knocking, screams, or even revealing themselves briefly before vanishing. Despite giving humans signs of their presence, they have still managed to evade human contact for thousands of years, ever since the first reported sightings. Though numerous signs are often reported before Bigfoot sightings, UFO phenomena is one of the most common. It's estimated that around 20% of all Bigfoot sightings coincide with unidentified flying objects. One account of a UFO and Bigfoot originates from 1888, and this was a meeting between cattle ranchers and a group of Native Americans, and it happened in Northern California. The natives had described 3 crazy bears that came down from the sky, and this was in a small craft. The craft left the creatures in the woods before flying off. Another report was made by a woman, and this was in Ohio back in 1973. The mother and daughter were both asleep, when around midnight a beam of light came down from an umbrella-shaped craft. Upon seeing where the light was shining in the woods, they noticed greyish beings walking towards the beam. Within a short amount of time, both the beings and craft had disappeared. The Central Intelligence Agency also investigated a report of a Bigfoot and UFO, and this was at Pennsylvania, and it happened on July 31st, 1966. The report was filed alongside thousands of other UFO reports, as part of the infamous Project Bluebird. 4 tourists from New York were visiting the popular destination when their car became stuck in the sand after a day of relaxing on the beach. Gerald LeBel was one of the 4, and was sent to call for a tow truck. The other 3 stayed in the car and waited for help, until around 10 PM when a police patrol car stopped to see if the group were okay. The group were told that a tow truck was on the way, and so the police officers said they would call back within the hour to ensure that they'd managed to pull their car free. After approximately 35 minutes the police returned, only to be told by one of the members that they'd just witnessed something strange hovering above the woods. The officers, along with Douglas Tibbetts, went out into the woods to investigate what they'd seen. The remaining 2 members of the group stayed with the car until the others returned. The officers and Tibbetts managed to walk roughly 300 yards from the car before they heard the car's horn, which caused them to turn around and hurry back to their car. As soon as they arrived, the two women who were left with the car were visibly shaken, claiming that they just witnessed a dark figure, larger than a man, with a big head and wide shoulders, no hands or face visible, and it appeared that its back was turned. The creature was also heard to be scratching the car's roof, before one of the members had sounded the horn, which scared the creature away. Investigators later dismissed the report as being a raccoon, but the witnesses were offended by this, stating that they know the difference between a raccoon and a large humanoid. Another mysterious creature is that of the orang pendek. The orang pendek is said to be a two-legged ape that lives in the western islands of Indonesia. It's been cited by the locals around the island, and also by foreign researchers. Orang pendek is Indonesian for the short one, and it's proposed to be a species of primates that has not yet been discovered, possibly belonging to the genus Homo. Over time, so many people have reported seeing the creature, including travelers, natives and researchers, that many have gone looking for the cryptid, or accidentally saw it by chance. Orang pendek's most common features that have been confirmed by the many sightings include a standing height of 2 to 5 feet, moving on two legs like humans do, and having grey or golden brown fur. The strangest observation is that these creatures have facial features that are more human-like than monkeys, which has resulted in the belief that the orang pendek could be a distant long human cousin, possibly with a common ancestor. From what the locals of Indonesia say, the orang pendek has high intelligence and can hide from being detected while watching people, making them fear it for its clever nature. A cryptid is an animal whose existence is yet to be proved by science. Although that's the case, hundreds of cryptids have been reported by explorers and everyday people. In recent years, there's been a surge in reports of mysterious flying creatures. As with most of these encounters though, it's usually rushed, which means that they're unable to properly document what happened and take photographs. One person though managed to photograph a mysterious creature they encountered in Pennsylvania. The incident happened on the 20th of May in Washington County, Pennsylvania. The report was submitted to various cryptid websites, but even they were stumped by what the person had captured. The witness said the weather was in the 50s and was sunny. The man said he was travelling north of US Route 40. He got distracted though as he saw something flying close to the trees, thinking at first that it could have been an aircraft. However, when he looked closer, he could see the wings were moving. The man said that as he approached the creature, it then flew over his car. He pulled over in order to get a better look at whatever this thing was. He thought that perhaps the animal was something like a large bat, as it resembled it when it was flying, but admitted that he wasn't sure what this thing was. When it landed, he decided to move closer in order to try and work out what this thing was. He noted that the creature had black fur over its body, and that its wings were similar to a bat's. A bat has one of the most flexible wing structures in the animal kingdom, with researchers saying that it's similar to a human arm, but instead it has a thin membrane of skin covering it. The eyewitnesses said on the day of the encounter it was bright, and due to the sun's rays hitting the creature, he was able to see through the membrane. The creature then flew up towards the back of his car, and at this point he wasn't the only other person observing it. Other cars had pulled over to investigate what this thing was, with the eyewitness saying that another man had parked his car down the road and got out and started taking photographs. Both men noticed that this creature was powerful, saying that with one flap of its wings it was able to lift itself between 15 and 20 feet. The man then said the creature spread its wings and that it reached from one side of the road to the other, which gives it an estimated length of 25 feet. This is the original photograph of the creature that was taken by one of the eyewitnesses when it was in the middle of the road. After a few minutes, he said the creature flew off above the tree line, saying that the man who took the images then ran after it into the woods, but he said he wanted to get out of there, because he thought this thing could have picked up a man if it wanted to. As of today, this is one of the clearest and best images we have of a flying cryptid. No bat would have been able to stand like this, and there isn't one that matches this creature's description and size. Some went on to call this creature the Beast of Pennsylvania, and said that for years people have been seeing mysterious flying creatures around the area, but noted that never has one been seen this close before. Some cryptid researchers who saw the image said you can even see the creature's skeleton through the membrane. Others theorized that perhaps this creature could be responsible for Mothman sightings that have been reported across the United States. There has been a growing number of individuals that have come together with new theories surrounding the Mothman and the possible nature of the creature. Given the fact that the strange encounters surrounding the creature have always been key in determining a future impending disaster, this has led many to believe that it may not be supernatural in nature, but rather that of a scientific advancement. After the encounters witnessed in the town of Point Pleasant back in 1966 to 1967, the Mothman creature would not return for another couple of decades, in which reported sightings of the creature were seen all over the world. Due to other events that have happened shortly after the Mothman had made itself known, people put forward the idea the Mothman was actually a creature that was trying to warn us about these events, suggesting the Mothman should have been listened to instead of feared. The Mothman also matches the creature that can be seen in this image, as it also has small facial features, large black wings and an overall human-like appearance. One skeptic though isn't buying the image, and said that it likely originally showed a bird, although it clearly doesn't now because the wings are off, and this suggests that it's been photoshopped. Others carried on from this and said that something may have been done to the photograph to make it look more humanoid. As of right now, there's still people that believe the creature is real, and that various eyewitness stories back up that something large is flying around Pennsylvania. Cryptid researchers have said that encounters with large flying creatures don't happen very often, but noted that more encounters are being reported. One of the most interesting places that allegedly houses some of these creatures is that of the jungles of our world. These isolated regions are home to thousands of undiscovered species, and it's been said that large flying creatures such as the ropan call this place home. Those who've seen the ropan have described it as looking like an ancient pterosaur, saying that it's very territorial, and will even attack those that venture too close. In fact, early explorers would detail encountering large prehistoric birds that would swoop down and take out their bows, saying that locals told them not to go on the rivers or out at night as this is when they hunted. Modern day researchers have said that what people are seeing could have been an undiscovered species of bat, but locals and explorers have said that these creatures are different and didn't look anything like a bat. So what do you make of this photograph? Do you think it's genuine? And if not, what do you think it shows? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below, and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.